Where are you from?
Me, I'm a military brat for real. Like primarily, I grew up in Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
And Columbus, Ohio is where I'm from though. They say it's not where you're from, it's where you at. So when I've been in Columbus,
so born in
10
Columbus?
Years.
Born in Columbus?
No, I was born in Cleveland.
Oh, born in Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Raised in Akron?
Yeah, raised in Akron, Long Beach, California, fucking Venice, Italy, then been to Germany.
Military brat.
Mexico, yeah.
Father
not
was
even military brat. I travel a lot too. Travel like a motherfucker.
Father was in the military or mother?
Mom Dukes wasn't in the military, but my stepdad.
Oh, stepdad.
Yeah, ex-stepfather, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
He was in the military.
And now you're living in Columbus.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
shout out to Sinks.
what area? What area? Okay, so you said Columbus. You've been there for 10 years.
Over 10 years since I was like 16.
Oh, 16 years old.
17. Yeah.
Before that, where was the longest you lived in? What city did you live longer than? Between 0 and 16 years old, let's say. What was the other city that you lived in the most?
I spent a lot of time Brooklyn Heights, New York.
Oh.
Shit, I done Colorado Springs, Colorado, Long Beach, California. I done lived everywhere.
A lot of places.
I done been everywhere but Florida for real. And I'm real close to Florida right now, y'all. So I'm probably gonna jump down there. Skirts.
Now, what was it like for you moving to all those different places? As a kid, moving can be traumatic for some kids.
Yeah.
Moving one time, moving from their friends, moving from, classmates. You've done it, I can't even count how many times. Do you know how many times you moved?
How many times I moved. I know I missed out on a lot of shit in school though, real talk. Like, I missed out on Roman numerals. I had to learn that shit on my own. I missed out on the whole fucking criteria. That shit is Roman numerals is not in the book for you, boy.
How many different, no, go ahead.
Schools, I jumped schools like crazy, yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, I jumped schools like crazy.
But before we get into school, because I do want to talk about school pretty heavily, but just growing up, moving so much, what was that like for you? Can you paint the picture for us? Growing up with all those moves, before Columbus, how would you paint that picture?
Seen a lot of shit for real. Because I done been to a lot of different areas in the world. I done been to touched a lot of different regions and seen a lot of shit, yo. Done a lot of things for real.
Was it a rough upbringing? Would you classify your upbringing as a rough one?
Oh yeah, everybody got a struggle that they go through. Mine was rough, but it wasn't rough to the point where, shit, it was rough. Fuck the bullshit, that shit was rough.
What was your roughest moment?
I moved out by the time I was 13, right? Mom Dukes, I was like, I'm good, I'm going to school, I'm doing my 1-2-1-2. I was like, is it cool if I stay on my own? Went and stayed on my own. She was like, damn, he good. Maybe he is going to school and doing everything, doing the right thing. I motherfucking said, fuck it. Was out running the streets. She figured it out after like 3 years when I turned 16, 15. She was like, he gotta be out here running the streets. She's like, you coming back. I'm sick of this shit. I don't need you all these miles away from me and shit. I need you to be close to me. I'm like, fuck. She snatched your boy back up when I was like 16. Moved out on my own. When I was out on my own, that's when shit was really kind of rough. That's when I think Columbus really molded me into the motherfucker that I am, the individual that I am today, you know what I mean? Like, when I moved out and was out on my own and running the streets and shit, like, I was doing some crazy shit, Smallz. I was doing some crazy shit, world! Some real crazy shit, yo. Robbing motherfuckers, toting pistols at an early age, legally, illegally, everything. Drug dealing, selling this, selling that. Yeah. Typical upbringing of a young black American.
Your parents were okay with you being on your own at 13 years old?
Yeah. Mom Dukes was. Hell yeah. because she trusted me, yo. Once you build that trust with somebody, I mean, at the same time, I could look at it from a mother's perspective and see like, yeah, damn, he's 13. And that's exactly why she came and snatched my ass back up.
13 is so young.
13 is young as hell, yeah. I probably was 12 for real. 12, 13.
A preteen.
Yeah.
If you had do you have any children?
Yeah.
If your child said, hey, Pops, 13 years old, I'm ready to go on my own, would you allow that yourself with the tables turned?
Fuck no. Hell no. Serious face.
I can't imagine a 13-year-old just being out by themselves willingly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're kidnapped or you're forced to live out on 13, that's one thing. But willingly just to leave and parents just being okay with that?
Living with a close homie, that ain't shit. Close friend, relative, etc.
Okay, so you weren't living by yourself at 13?
Nah, hell no.
Okay.
How was I gonna get some housing?
Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. It wasn't like I was just trapped by myself, staying in bandos and shit like that, running to shelter to shelter, no shit like that, nah. It wasn't child abandonment, y'all.
Mm.
It was.
Looking back, dealing with the streets, that's a very risky avenue.
Yeah.
There's consequences that can come from that. There's violence that can come from that. Jail, prison, when we talk in terms of incarceration, even possibly death. Why go that route? So young, too. Why make that type of decision?
Because money make the world spin. That's some real shit. Like, money can buy you anything you need, anything you want, anything.
Every kid wants money, but not every kid goes through the street path to get it.
To retrieve it, yeah.
So why go that route for you? Why choose that?
It's like a fast route. The fastest way I knew to get some money was either sell something, whether it be legally, illegally, or to go rob a motherfucker and just take everything they got. So back in them younger days, I was a wild motherfucker.
Sounds like it.
Still a wild motherfucker to this day.
Did you start off by selling candy, perhaps, and then work your way up to like drugs and that sort of thing, or?
I was selling all types of shit as a young age. That's crazy you mentioned that. I was selling Pokemon cards, motherfucking, what else was I selling back then? I'll sell rocks, motherfucking seashells. Like, look, y'all, make this noise. I give them a motherfucking seashell. I was selling that. I was selling all types of shit as a kid.
Lemonade?
Candy. Lemonade, yep. Set up them lemonade stands. Busting motherfuckers' heads. Give me $1.
Was that a gateway towards selling drugs? Like, obviously you're getting fast money selling candy and those types of things. Was that a gateway that, hey, I need this quicker, faster, stronger?
Yeah. Motherfucking, it was something like that, but it was that, and I got introduced to it by motherfucker named Josh. I'll never forget that shit. He fronted me a motherfucking zip of some weed. He was like, here, take this. I see you smoking and shit. I was probably like 12 years old. In front of me a zip. And he was like, just go do what you do with it. Give me the money back later, whatever. Boom. Did the 1 2 1 2. Ever since then, I got a lot of motherfuckers started smoking weed. For real, for real. Like, they'll tell you their first blunt that they smoked was with Veezo. Real shit.
Proud to say that?
Hell yeah. No matter how many of you mothers out there tell me, you're a bad influence, and da-da-da-da-da, I don't want you around my kids, and yeah, eat a dick and die, bitch.
Could you have made another decision, or was that unavoidable? That street path?
I probably could have made another decision, but I guess that was all in God's hands, yo, how he wanted it all to play out and shit. And I'm glad that shit did that, because that shit matured me faster. It matured me a lot faster.
No regrets dealing with the streets?
No regrets at all.
Was it worth it? Was the risk worth the reward, or what you got out of it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
More. When I ask this question, go ahead.
The risk was worth the reward, But then when you motherfucking end up with felonies and shit, that's dealing with fighting fair cases and all that shit get irritable.
You had to deal with that?
Hell yeah, I had to deal with that.
Were you able to beat those charges?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Expensive to beat?
Man, the motherfucking lawyer fees ain't no joke. Everybody wants some money. I thought I told you. That's why money make the world spin. You get a motherfucking lawyer, almost 10 bands, he gonna jump on that and fight that bitch as hard as he can. You get a motherfucking 3,500, 5 bands, he gonna fight that shit. He gonna try to do what he can, try to knock that shit out.
How much do you think you probably spent on attorney fees, if you could add it all up?
Ooh, moolah, mozzarella. Attorney fees, let's think. I probably spent at least a good almost 20 bands on attorney lawyer fees, yo. Yeah, at least 20 bands.
Worth it?
Hell yeah, it was fucking worth it. Like a motherfucker.
Didn't have a bad attorney?
No, one of the best in the city probably, yo. Outside getting one of the best in the city because the last shit that I was up against it surprised me. But at the same time, how it played out, it just worked out perfect.
What charges were you able to beat?
Trafficking. Yeah, some shit
Drug charges.
No possession, trafficking. Trafficking, drug charges.
If somebody was watching this right now, and let's just backtrack a second. How young were you when you first started selling drugs?
When I first had my first bag, I was like 11, 12 years old.
11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
If there's a kid right now watching this and he's 11 or 12, now every circumstance could be different, but generally speaking, what's the advice you would tell somebody 11, 12 years old and they're in the streets?
11,
Any advice you would tell that person right now?
I say, get your badass in the motherfucking house. Keep your badass in the motherfucking house. If you are going to be in the streets and you decide to be in the streets, little nigga. I mean, be safe, yo, for real. Get it any means necessary. Get it how you want to get it, how you can get it, how you live. But that's only if you trap. If you're not trapped, stay your ass out of here because it could get severe and shit can get different. Shit could get different out here real quick.
Let's talk about school for a second. We talked about it previously, but I want to jump in it a little deeper. What type of student were you in school?
Me?
And you've been through a lot of schools, but what type of student were you overall?
Fucking something like an overachiever, yo. I try to do shit. When it came to English was one of my favorite subjects. That and social studies. I got ADHD like a motherfucker, so it's hard for me to sit still. But shit, I got efficient grades in school.
Did you have to take medicine for the ADHD?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Now, how many schools? More than 5?
Way more than 5.
More than 10?
Way more than 10. Probably like at least 20-something schools.
20-something schools.
20 plus, yeah.
More elementary, more middle school, more high school?
All the above. I was everywhere. Been everywhere.
What happened when it came to friends and classmates? You're in there and out of there. How did you deal with that?
Shit, I always kept my circle small for real. But when I was moving school to school, jumping state to state and shit, like I said, I seen a lot of shit. I had a couple motherfuckers be here 1 minute, go on the next, get shot and die. Some motherfuckers go to jail, you never see them again. Shit like that.
Did you have a best friend in school?
I got a Rolly head. My Rolly, Money Man. He the one featured on my mixtape. Him and my favorite white boy, Corey. Shout out C-Free.
High school? High school friends?
I met them as youngin'. I probably was a youngin'.
And you still were able to keep in touch with them and stuff like that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. Somebody that's got to go through a lot of different schools. Any advice to somebody like that, experiencing that right now? What would you tell them?
Stay in the books, yo. If you want to finish, stay in the books. Even though you're doing that, you probably get a little discouraged and losing friends here and there. Fuck friends, because friends ain't going to get you where you need to be. They probably keep you level-headed, but they ain't gonna keep you where you need to be.
Did you rap in school?
Yeah, I was tearing shit up. That's where it all began, too. I came up as a freestyle, like a battler. Came up as a battle rapper. I was always battling motherfuckers, and nobody could ever beat me.
No one could ever beat you.
Nah, yeah, I was unstoppable. Still am unstoppable.
How
I got
you-
bars, yo. Yeah.
How young did the rapping start for you? What age or what grade?
Early. I was always rehearsing songs that came on and shit. I probably was at like 4 or 5, started rapping. When it came to that battle and shit, I probably was in middle school somewhere.
Graduated high school?
Yeah, I graduated.
Any thoughts on furthering your education after that?
Shit, college dropout.
Freshman,
I went
sophomore?
to college for a little bit, dropped out, got in there, got out of there, ran off with the check. I ran off with that motherfucking check. Ran off with that. Yeah.
That's the worst check to run off to, though.
Not if you pay it back, though, yo.
No,
Shit.
but when it comes to paying
And
back, that's
yeah.
the worst loan
Man,
to
but
get.
You flip that motherfucker, you turn that motherfucker to a house or some shit. I'm trying to tell you, do it, done it, yeah.
What year did you drop out? Freshman, sophomore, junior?
Freshman, sophomore, one or two.
What school did you go to?
Some online shit.
And what was the reasoning for dropping out?
I don't know, that's a good ass fucking question, Smallz.
I'm very curious.
I probably was going through it, yo. I don't know, motherfucking. Yeah, I was going through it, real shit. After Mom Duke's passed, yo, shit kind of fucked my head all the way up.
Your mother passed.
Yeah.
What age were you when that happened? Or what grade? That was when you were in college?
24. It was 3 years ago, I was 24.
Oh, after college.
2014. Yeah, it was after, because I had dropped out right before she died, but I re-enrolled and shit. Then after that shit fucked my head up. I was like, fuck college. I'm about to motherfucking do this music and get it popping.
You re-enrolled into the same school?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, I want to talk about your mother's passing, but what was her reaction to you when you dropped out the first time?
She wasn't tripping. She wasn't tripping at all, yo. She told me it was a good idea to take my black ass back. And go back, and why not? And just get the degree just to have an extra trade on your hands, yo. You can never be doing too much. You should always be trying to learn something different. Remember that, yo.
How did your mom pass away, if you don't mind me asking?
Double breast lung cancer.
When it comes to the breast cancer, did they find it too late?
Man, them stupid motherfuckers. First they thought it was one thing, and then they found out. Yeah, they found out too late.
Do you know what stage she was in?
When they found it?
Yeah, when they found out and said, hey, this is really what it is.
Not quite sure. Probably like stage 2 or 3, though.
Which is a shaky stage.
Yeah.
It's not the worst stage, but it's a stage where it could go one way or the other.
And that shit goes one way up, and it look like everything Gucci, 10 karat Gucci, and that shit go all the way down like a motherfucking roller coaster. You right, yo. One minute she was talking and saying shit, complying with me and everything, and then the next minute, boom, she couldn't speak. You feel me? She started crying and couldn't even react, and then next minute she stopped breathing.
Did this death happen out of nowhere, or did it progress to a point where this was inevitable and you knew this was going to happen?
It progressed, but at the same time, they said she had a chance to get better. And then I went and stayed with her. I flew out to motherfucking Phoenix. And as soon as she called me, and she told me like a week before it happened, I stayed 7 nights with her, 7 days in a hotel. And the 7th night, April 24th, or April 28th, she passed right in front of me.
What was that like?
Man, that shit was different. I don't wish that shit amongst nobody.
I've heard people say statements like that before.
Yeah, but it transitioned me to who I am. Yeah.
Were you the only one there? Or were there
Uh,
others there that...
There was others there, yeah.
Okay. Did you go to the funeral?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. She would have never let that shit go. I would have been haunted forever if I go to the funeral.
Well, you never know.
I
Some
love
funerals
my
can be
show.
tough for some people.
Yeah. But that was like my ace. I rocked with her hard body.
Mm.
Me and her bond was unbreakable.
What do you miss most about her?
Shit, just talking to her every day. You feel me? Telling her everything. That was literally my best friend, yo. My ace. My Roby.
I mean, not to say any death is good or bad, but at least you were able to have your mother up to adulthood.
Right.
There's some people that they lose their mother in their younger years, maybe their teenage years, which can be a crucial time for a young man. Mm-hmm. But at least you had her up until college.
Yeah.
Some people don't even get that.
Yeah. True story.
Now, favorite memory of your mom?
She was 41 though when she went. She didn't get
Very
to see
young.
Her 42nd birthday, yo. And I'm 27 right now. That's why I be saying life too motherfucking short. It's crazy how fast life will fly. My bad though, what was your question, Smallz?
Favorite memory of your mom?
Favorite memory of Mom Dukes? My favorite memory was when I taught her how to walk it out when the dance first came out. And she was sitting there hitting it in the living room. We was both blowed. And she was like, Marvin, teach me how to walk it out. And I'm like, bet, like, come here. Taught her how to hit that shit. She was in there killing it, y'all. I'll never forget that shit. And we both hit it. Yeah.
Any advice to someone that has to cope with the death of a parent or a mother? I have not yet experienced that, so I don't know what that feels like yet. Mm-hmm. But for somebody out there, maybe this just happened to. And circumstances can be different for everybody, but any general advice on coping with the death of a parent or specifically their mother?
Yeah. Just stay focused. Stay focused and ahead of time, y'all. With the ones who still got parents and shit, and mom or dad, whatever. If you got them, spend as much time with them as you can. Spend as much time with them as you can, because you never know when the last day is gonna be. There's no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. I always told myself that.